this over a smidge. Hopefully that stays up. See if things pulled up. Oh, still. Oh, right, because I never left it. We're gonna give it a few minutos and then we'll get started. I feel like I'm so close sometimes. Hi, Yadamine! Hello. Gonna give it a good 3 to 5 minutes. It's like crumbs all over my damn island pad. Oh, that's it, man. Just my door closed another way from the wind. So I show up and be like, well, bam. Okay. Oh my gosh. How's your Christmas, bestie? I hope you had a good one. I hope that you got everything that you wanted. My Christmas was okay. Yeah. Let's just say I'm ready for 2025 to be OV to the E to the R. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I was living on my period, and that was my period on Christmas Eve. Like, I started doing it heavy on Christmas Eve and yesterday. And now I'm just now feeling not like shit today. So, you know what? I got sick in a different way. So, yeah, same. I got sick all through the holiday. My dad called me, and that was interesting, I guess. He just checking in, saying Merry Christmas or whatever the hell. Pooh had sent me a Merry Christmas, and she wants me to come on Monday to him get something from her girl. I don't know what the hell she done did. But we will see. We will see. But yeah. Did you eat good food? Did your mama cook or you cook something? Oh, I know people are probably tired, and I know this had to suck. Did you have to work today? Because I know a lot of people had to go back to work today. I think that's such horseshit. Like, if it's this close to the weekend, like, y'all should be giving your employees extra PTO to take that other day off, because ain't nobody gonna feel like working. First of all, it's a Friday. Second of all, it's a day after a holiday. Third of all, the weekend about to start. So why would people be having to go to work? Alright, so I know you can't get that all the time today. Hi, Bestie Kins. It's good to see you anyway, though, because you're never in here. So I'm glad to see you. Yay! I wanted that cooked, and yes, I had to go to work. That's crazy. I hate that. I hate that for us. I really do. Well, not for us, because I didn't go, but I hate that for me and y'all. Wait, what? I hate that for y'all. Like, I think that's so dumb. Like, that's what I'm going to change. I'm a business owner. Well, we're not going to see Christmas come around on a Thursday again until 7 years from now. So I should be a business owner by then. And that's what I'm going to do. Like, I'm just going to introduce a PTO for the day after Christmas and the day after New Year's Day. Yeah, the day after New Year's Day. Because that way, y'all can decide if y'all want to come in, y'all can. But if y'all don't want to come in, you done got to. I just think that's so dumb. Like, it's just like Thanksgiving. Like, when somebody gets off at Thanksgiving, you just got to eat, you got the itis. It ain't it. You know what I'm saying? One day before the weekend. No, when I'm a business owner, I'm going to make sure that I got some money in to give to my employees to have a PTO so they can decide if they want to come into work or not. So, we'll go from there. I'm going to come in and start doing everything at the 5-minute mark. I start talking about some things. Thank you for all that are joining us. Hello for all my people who are returning. Good to see you. I hope you guys had a good Christmas. Did y'all get what y'all wanted? Did y'all enjoy yourselves? Did y'all eat good? Let me know. I was on my period the whole time, so I didn't go anywhere. I laid as dead as a vampire in a coffin. Okay. The entire holiday. Oh, I did watch Santa Claus, the one where the guy accidentally kills Santa and then he becomes Santa. I watched the first and second movie of that. So I did that. That was nice. Then I ate a cookie. I had like some Toll House cookies. So I guess my stuff was a little festive. Depressingly festive. But it was good all the time. You know, it is what it is. Not my ideal, but you know what I mean? I literally had to watch it because I was like, didn't he become Santa because he accidentally killed the other Santa? But there's another story that I feel like is similar to that movie that I can't put my finger on it. or I thought that he like how the movie went is not how I remembered it as a kid. So I feel like I'm maybe remembering a different movie because the one that I thought that he like gradually became Santa or something like that. He did gradually become Santa in the movie, but I don't know what I'm trying to say. Just I'm gonna keep on looking for other movies too because I think there's another one that's similar to that same plot, and it's him becoming Santa over time. But I'm thinking it might be because there's 3 movies, so I might be thinking about the third movie because the first movie is just him turning into Santa. The second movie is him getting a Mrs. Claus, which I did remember because the first movie threw me for a loop. I said, didn't he get a Mrs. Claus? Where's she at? That's the second movie. And then the third movie, I'm guessing the third movie is him like doing something else because I had remembered it being like a bigger place where they were all doing stuff. But you know what? When you're a kid, you don't remember shit. But yeah, I watched that, and then I had watched Blind Side because for some reason I was really wanting to watch that movie. I don't know why, even though it's kind of fucked up because I always felt in my spirit that then people was fucking around and messing with him. And turns out it was. He has an entire documentary about them fucking him over. So can't trust a Republican. Anyways, let's just get right into the dang live, okay? What should I start with? What should I start with? You know what? I will start with that and then I will trickle down into the other 2 things. So let's get into it. Okay? If y'all not familiar, first of all, I'm a Disney kid, Pixar kid, DreamWorks kid, grew up on all that, right? Let's talk about Tai Lung from Kung Fu Panda because he was wrong. I don't care. I'm arguing with the people on Instagram because this guy made a video basically saying that Tai Lung's crash out was justified. And to me, I just can't see it. I really just can't see it. Like, don't get me wrong. Him being angry, justified. Him feeling lost, justified. Him feeling like he's betrayed and that Shifu didn't have his back, 100%, I got you. I'm there. Trust me, I'm there. But what you did, this doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. And the guy in the video, he's just like, well, how would you feel? How would you feel or how would you react if you weren't taught how to manage your emotions? And I'm literally arguing with this dude and I'm telling him like, bro, it doesn't matter what Shifu told Tai Lung. First of all, he didn't have the last word, which he knew because he knew that Oogway was there. The man's not dead. Okay? You knew he wasn't dead then. You knew that he was the one who had the final say. Yes, Shifu raised you up all these years and told you all these years that you were the Dragon Warrior. Not that you were going to become him, that you were the Dragon Warrior. And I understand that's an identity crisis that you got to fight now because it's just like, what in the freak? Like, you told me this is what I've grown up to be, this is who I thought I was. And then the moment that shit hits the fan, you just not giving a damn. Like, you just don't care. Like, he just walked away. He just walked away. And I get that. Oh, thank you so much, Jewel. You're so sweet. How long do you stay on live? Because I have after her dudes, and I know I don't feel like. I mean, I don't really know. It usually just goes according to how the banter is. At bestie, I ain't gonna lie. Like, babes, I'm not really sure. Sometimes it can be an hour. Sometimes it can be close to 2 hours. This depends how the live flows. If we get a good amount of people in, we start talking and everything like that. Who knows how it goes? But leave how you need to. Silly will probably be joining probably the next 15 minutes. So don't worry about it too much. And if we do get trolls, it will just give me a reason to harp on them because you already know I love to beat up a little bully. Hello. Anyways, but like. He basically abandoned him. Shifu was not there, was not like he was not defending him. Like, and I think he did it out of like respect for Oogway, which I get. He did it out of respect for Oogway, I get that. But at the end of the day, it's just like, here's your son, because that's how you raised them. Here's your son basically looking at you for answers. He's just like, you told me that this is who I was. You raised me to be this person. I finally become this I'm trying to become this person. And then when shit hits the fan and I'm denied what you told me was my destiny, you have absolutely nothing to say. And so him feeling that way was 100% justified. But what I'm saying is what was not a justification was his actions. His actions was not a justification. They weren't justified. There's no justification for what he did at the end of the fucking day. You should have, hold on. Okay, when I leave, I can come back when I get home. You'll still be alive. Okay, well, maybe I will. Who knows? But you literally got mad, felt betrayed, and then completely ignored the people who were in charge of your so-called destiny. And then took all your rage and anger and took it out on the village folk who had nothing to do with what the hell just happened to you. See, I would understand his actions if he would have attacked Shifu, if he would have attacked Uguay, if he would have tore up the palace trying to get that scroll. If he went into the storage room or the place where they keep all the scrolls, where all the history and the secrets and shit is, if he would have tore that shit apart. If he would have burned the whole damn palace down. If he would have tore up all the what is that, little training room or whatever, if he would have tore up the training room. Everything that was correlated and connected to his betrayal, it would have made sense. I'd be like, okay, your actions make sense. You are associating them in this place with your betrayal. You're associating this area, all these things with your current hurt because you feel betrayed, you feel lost, you feel like you were bamboozled. Understandable. Didn't attack Shifu, didn't attack Uwe, didn't destroy shit in the fucking palace. Your dumbass went and attacked the people who had nothing to do with it. Hello, Bean. Like, Thailand, it's not making sense, babe. And then after you get out of prison, hi to the babe. After you get out of prison, you then swoopy whoop your ass all the way over to it, all the way back to the palace, and then you deal with Shifu. You should have got your daddy in the beginning. And then the dude in the video talking about some, he wasn't taught proper love. Wasn't taught how to properly manage his emotions. He was only taught how to be a warrior. Wrongo. He was not taught to just be a warrior. By the way, we're talking about Tai Lung from Kung Fu Panda. Wrongo, he was taught emotions. Shifu loved that boy. Raised him as a son. He was there for him. Granted, he did raise him more to be a warrior than just be a regular person. Agreed. But he raised him as his son first, warrior second. Okay? So he was shown love. He was shown compassion. He was shown patience. He was shown what it was like to have an actual father. Here's the reason why he felt so betrayed, because he's just like, you raised me. You're supposed to be like my family. What is this? And then when I'm looking lost, after you laid me down the wrong path, now you just gonna leave me as if I wasn't already, as if I didn't do all this for you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to miss anything. Thanks, Brian. Happy holidays. Thank you so much, Kill Lord. I appreciate that. Y'all are so sweet. Yeah, Yana is quick. Yana is quick. I don't even get to read them before they're gone. I'll probably start reading. It's just like, Yana blocked. Oh, man. Anyways, so you grew up with love. You were exposed to love. You had a dad who cared for you. And this is how you act. And then aside from that, they're saying, oh, well, how would you feel if, how would you react if you weren't taught love or whatever? The Fantastic Five got exactly that situation. Shifu treated them coldly, especially Tigress, because he didn't want a repeat of Tai Lung. So they got nothing but master. That's it. He was cold. Train, be good. He wouldn't even congratulate them or tell him that he was proud of them. And Tigress was breaking her fucking bones, making her skin go raw to impress him, to gain his approval, to gain his love. But he just wouldn't give it to her because he did not want to happen what happened before. He thought that loving Tai Lung was the mistake that he had made. And it wasn't that. It's the fact that when he needed you most, when he felt lost, you turned your back against him and didn't fight Uguay on why he couldn't be the warrior. That was your whole situation. And yes, very quick. She is swift. I'm gonna have to call her what? Sonic Yana. And so literally they worked their fucking asses off. Grew up, but he didn't mistreat them, but he didn't give them affection and love. It was just work hard, be a warrior, that's it. Okay? That's how Shifu raised the Fantastic Five. The Fantastic Five then went to go fight for the Dragon Warrior position just for a fat motherfucker to fall off the sky and take it. Imagine you work hard for something your whole life and a motherfucker who falls off the sky with no training takes your spot. And then you had no real understanding of what love and connection was, because it doesn't look like Uguay had any relationship with any of the kids, which is strange because it's just like, yeah, you're Shifu's boss, but at the end of the day, you should still be involved somewhere. But it doesn't seem like he had a relationship with any of them, really. It's like they knew of Uguay, but it wasn't like they had a relationship with him. And so they were put in that situation, the exact same situation that Tai Lung was put in. The exact same situation, minus the affection. And they didn't take their anger out on the village. I don't know if Tai Lung killed people, but he definitely traumatized some people. Destroyed the entire village. He did some crazy stuff. And so it's just like, At the end of the day, no. His actions will never be justified. Because if he would have took that energy and applied it to Shifu, cool. I'd have been like, okay. Like he did when he came back. When he came back, that's when he finally was like, okay, all right, Shifu, explain yourself. And that's another thing. That's another thing. People were just like, well, you weren't, what if you were denied everything that you thought it was? Yeah, I'm going to start asking questions right then and there. I'm not about to throw no fucking tantrum because based off of how it shows in the movie, it shows that Oogway didn't say anything to Tai Lung. He just shook his head and walked away. And see, me, if somebody raised me to make me believe that I'm this person, I'm this being, I'm this is me, and then within a millisecond, my entire identity is thrown in my face, flipped on top of his head, and confusing me. Oh, I'm about to be like, hold on. I'm like, hold on. I know you're a turtle, but slow down, old man. Slow down, old man. You need to explain yourself. He's a tortoise. You need to explain yourself. Because what do you mean I'm not the Dragon Warrior? A handshake is not going to be enough. How are you, 1,000? I know you got 1,000 words, so go ahead and let me know. Because what do you mean? I'm not about to throw a tantrum. I'm about to look for answers. Why not me, Master? What's wrong with me? What am I not doing? What do you not see in me that you feel like should be there? And it's like, something else I had noticed about Oogway too is that he wasn't telling Tai Lung, which this is what he interpreted. He wasn't telling Tai Lung, you're not the Dragon Warrior, or you're not good enough to be the Dragon Warrior, or you're not strong enough to be the Dragon Warrior. You're not the best of the best to be the Dragon Warrior. Because that's what he thought it was. He thought that it's just being the strongest, the most skilled, the most resilient, and that's not what it is, right? He was quite literally telling him, you're not the Dragon Warrior. Like, you're not. Not that you're not good enough, not that you didn't work hard enough, not that you didn't impress me enough, not that you're not the strong enough, not the strongest, that you're not strong enough, that you're not smart enough, that you're not diligent enough. Being the Dragon Warrior is a person. It is a being, a soul born into the world who's already automatically it. You don't learn how to be the Dragon Warrior. You either are or you aren't. And see, he wasn't even looking for answers, if you ask me. Because it's like, if I'm confused and I'm angry, I'm going to start asking questions so I can get answers. Instead, you threw a fucking tantrum. And not only did you throw a tantrum, and it didn't target the people that you claim to be so upset with, it also completely removed you from what you were actually looking for, which was acceptance and guidance. So I'm just like, it doesn't make any sense. Like I said, if you would have beat up Shifu or tried to attack Oogway, it would make sense because you associate them with your trauma. You associate them with your betrayal. You associate them with your pain. So that makes sense. You destroy the palace because it associates you with all the things that you've done, all the memories of you working and training until your bones cracked, leading up to basically nothing. And so, Rashawn, was that supposed to be insult? Keke Palmer is fine as hell. So, thank you. Hello? See, this is the type of stupidity I be talking about, y'all. Y'all can't let people like that get you down. Or you can't take people's opinion like that into account. He just told me that I look like Keke Palmer. Was that supposed to be an insult? Like, yeah, anyways. It just... Yana! Don't matter now, blocked. Oh my God, you're so fun. I freaking love you. Anyways, it's just like, it didn't make any sense. Let's see that. Yeah, she's swift. Swift, like it's swift. That she done, right? Anyways, like, it just didn't make any sense to me. Because I'm just like, you're doing all of that for what reason exactly? All of that just to end up coming back and then confronting Shifu. You should have confronted him then. You should have confronted Oogway then. Your actions should have reflected how you felt then. Like, I'm not fucking getting it. It's like when something that I fucking hated about Criminal Minds, even though I know that this is like based off of real people too, something that I hated about Criminal Minds is that there were some serial killers who literally would go around killing like victims or whatever of somebody particular in their life. Usually it was their mama or their grandma, which is a common theme for some reason amongst serial killers because they have bad relationships with their mothers. I don't know. But it's usually their mom or their grandmother. The ones that used to really tick me off were the guys who would go out there repeatedly killing the same woman or type of woman all the time that reminded them of their mom. And then you would go into their house and there's their bed-bound, sickly mother sitting right there. He's feeding her. He's changing her diaper. He's making sure she stays alive, healthy. Make sure she takes her medicine every single day. But then you're going around killing the women who look like her. She's right there. She's right there. What are we doing? What are we doing? See why you working overtime? You doing everything. Somebody black people too, but she has kids, so she takes care of them in the moms. Yeah. Like, what are we doing? It makes no sense. Instead of going after the person that you hate, instead of going after the person that you claim is disrupting your life and did all these tragic things to you, you over here killing other people who have nothing to do with your circumstance, but then you over here taking care of the same motherfucker who caused you the trauma? Try making dollars because you're not making sense. Try making dollars because you're not making sense. And that's how I view Tylung. Like, your daddy was right there. And you can obviously beat his ass because look what you came back and damn. And I don't think that he fought you back because you his son. But at the end of the day, it's just like, but then if this is Tylung, right? If Tylung's life was so bad, then what about Tigress? Because she's related to him in a way. She's a tiger and he's a jaguar. Jaguar? I think that he's a jaguar. I want to say he's a jaguar or a leopard, but I think he's a jaguar. Y'all can let me know if he's not, but I think he is a jaguar. Tylung, you and Tigress had a similar upbringing, but her situation was worse than yours because you ruined Shifu for her. Because he was so afraid of turning her into you, he gave her zero affection. Zero. And she met the same fate as you. Snow leopard, that's what I thought. Okay. Met the same fate as you. And without the affection. And she didn't take her anger out on the village people. So what exactly was your point here? You're never going to convince me. People are wild. Welcome on all. Happy Merry Christmas holidays. Be kind and be normal, please. So anyway, go. Nah, I'm good. I don't feel like showing it. Henry's wise in the bonnet. Nerd Riz, if I was a dude, shit, as a woman, I would get more hoes than you. I assure you. Okay? So just be aware of that. So even if I was a man, you better be lucky that I'm not. Because I would still get way more women than you. Okay? Hi, I'm new here. I subscribed. Thanks, she ate with the digital. I appreciate that. Everything good tonight. Yep. Thanks, Laura Calvin. I appreciate it. But like, welcome everybody who's new. But yeah, that shit is just so strange. And honestly, this brings me up to my next topic. Right? Because we have to acknowledge something here. Tylung is a man and Tigress is a woman. Okay? Women are more emotionally intelligent than men. I'm sorry. Take it up with God. Okay? We're more in tune with our emotions, way more mental. We're mental creatures, right? So it's not surprising that Tigress didn't act out. She was angry and she took it up with Shifu. She was angry, so she blamed Oogway. But she still didn't take her anger out on the village people. And I feel like that's something we need to highlight. And I think it's mainly because boys are taught to be strong while women are taught to grow up. Am I making sense? Boys are taught to be the strongest, right? You know, you get this by being intimidating. You get this by being the strongest one, and everybody's afraid of you and people want to follow you. You know what I'm saying? That's how you are raised. And then women are taught to actually be adults, to actually mature. It's something that people are saying that like basically men are not forced to evolve. That's the reason why guys like tend to not be as mature as women, is because they are literally not forced to evolve. And the reason why we have a lot of men who hate women is because they're taught growing up that in order for you to be a man, you have to not be a woman. So that's kind of how I kind of envisioned it too. With how long I'm just like, maybe Shifu did that exact same thing of just teaching him like this is how it is. But at the same time, though, even with that, the Fantastic Five was what, three? No, hold on, it's five of them. It's Monkey, Mantis, Crane, Tigress, and what is her name? It's not Snake. It's like Slither or something like that. Snark. I don't remember her name. So wait. So 2 girls, 3 boys. Monkey, Crane, Mantis. Yeah, I had to think. I was like, is it 3 girls or 3 boys? It's 3 boys. Mantis is a man. But even them, I mean, they knew they wasn't going past Tigress. Tigress was a beast. But it's just like they didn't act out either. So it's just like it doesn't make sense. But back to the thing about men, they're just raised to not be like women, and then they're not forced to evolve. Basically, anytime that a guy does something wrong, society says, "Oh, boys will be boys." They come up with excuses for them, weird stuff like that. And it's just I don't know why men haven't acknowledged that and started to make some type of changes, because no matter what society tells you, you as an individual need to decide what you want to do with your life. Yeah. I'm trying to like bother messages and getting distracted and then having race to bleed freaks. And I was like, oh yeah. I don't be worried about it. No, I don't be worried about it. Like, even if they are being weird, y'all, just block them, or it'll give me a chance to say something to them, because they're all losers at the end of the day. Snake Viper, that's her fucking name. Thank you, Essie. That's her name, Viper. Yes, sorry for my moderators. I know that y'all working overtime. I am so proud of y'all. Thank y'all. But like at the same time, losers are gonna be fucking losers at the end of the day. They don't plan to gain intelligence, so they can only do what their brain allows. And unfortunately, their last 2 brain cells are in here, like trying to create a spark to be able to develop a actual significant thought, and it just seems like they fall short every time. So I kind of want to see go take them down sometimes. I mean, if I catch it, if I can catch it, I do. But Yana usually is so fast. Every day your body got bigger and bigger. That'd be hilarious. Haters gonna hate. Honestly, it's gonna keep on getting bigger. This is the biggest one I got. Like I told you all the time, my body is as big because my hair is as big. Like my body is as big. This is my hair right here. All this is my hair, except for this. Like it's like up, but it's like if I was to fluff it out, it would be yeah. It's not right now. It's shrunk, but if I was to like wet it, it start like detangling or whatever. My fro is like, so it's gonna get bigger. I've been natural for 5 years. I'm going to be natural for the rest of my life. I don't plan on ever going back to being relaxed because my hair did not thrive in that. And that's just not for me. Hi, you're so pretty. Thank you, Charlie. I appreciate that. But yeah, like people are going to always be fucking weird. People are always going to be haters. That's why I was like, I try to teach y'all confidence and just like believe in yourself and don't let people get you down or whatever, because people are so damn stupid. They're just so damn dumb. They're just dumb. And it's just like the stuff that they be saying. I'd be like, can y'all come up with something funny? Something that's gonna make me laugh. Something that, you know what I'm saying? I love getting laughed at. Okay, I don't mind. I grew up in a ribbing family. Okay? Ribbing family. So I'm used to it. That's why I'm so quick. Because I grew up with a ribbing brother who you just be minding your own business. And he'll just come in and just say something crazy. You just be like, what? I just want that. When you were a kid, did you ever blow bubbles? Yeah. I love your videos. Keep going. Oh, thank you so much, Newberry. I appreciate that. What detergent should I buy? I don't know. Can someone explain the shower cap thing? Honestly, just carries. It's not a shower cap. It's a bonnet, hun. It's a bonnet. He's back in town. I heard he's looking for you. Who's back in town? Hold on. What do women in work spaces have in common? Oh, dang. I look, he wanted to see that. Hold on. I wanted to see it because I wanted to respond. Hold on. Any good ones we usually stick to. Hold on, y'all. Delete it one more time. Usually stick to the table when nobody finds out. Hey, Neil. How long did it take you to think of that, hun? How long did it take you to think of that? How long did it take you to think of that? There are far better women than there are men. Hence the reason why men die at a higher rate. If women were so bad and men were so much better than us, then Mother Nature would show that. Men die younger, they die more. Sometimes by their own hands. Women will ultimately prevail. So if, finding a good woman is so hard, why don't you have one? We are in abundance. As a matter of fact, there's more of us than it is of y'all. So if women have that much in common with parking spaces, well, I guess y'all are like male tarantulas. Dying fast, short lives, and you're usually consumed by your partner. You guys are pretty. Next to Barry. So so many people wear just fashion. About whatever. It's a typically worn at night, so your hair doesn't get like, what's the word? It's not staticky. What's the word, y'all? Friction. Like friction is like frizzy and all over your head in the morning. It's meant to protect your hair from the elements and from getting messed up while you sleep. But sometimes we wear them outside if we are about to get our hair done or we just don't want our hair out. So that's why. Frizzy. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Strange. And you know what's so funny? Guys will be like, there's a male loneliness epidemic. There isn't a woman loneliness epidemic, so the women are doing great. We're doing so well that y'all are trying to put laws back in place to prevent us from being able to have ownership of our own bodies. We're doing so well without y'all that y'all are making laws to try to keep us from being able to be free. They're now changing female dominated fields, making them unprofessional. Or what the fuck is the word? They just changed like being a registered nurse, a teacher, primarily dominated by women fields. They're saying that they're no longer professional. People who have to go get their medical degree. Their job is not professional because it's mostly dominated by women. A registered nurse. Because it's mostly dominated by women. If women were so hard to find, if a good woman, a successful woman, was so hard to find, then why are y'all making laws trying to get so many good women locked the fuck up? Preventing us from being able to actually grow and become something apart from a man. Why are y'all trying to take our rights away? No, the thing is that there's so many good ass fucking women who don't want garbage ass men that y'all have to go out of your way to try to trap us. It's not gonna fucking happen. There's a video of, like, I don't know if it's a movie or a TV show or whatever, but I think it's about an Indian historical figure where basically she was like the ruler of this kingdom or whatever, and this guy, this man, and all these men wanted to, like, I don't know, invade and take over or whatever, but I only seen the end snippet. Basically, it was her with a whole bunch of women, all different shapes and sizes, all different ages, children, pregnant women. And there was like fire at the end of this staircase. She walked with all those women into the fire. All of them decided to kill themselves, burn up in fire, instead of letting these men invade. Because who knows what they would have done? If finding a good woman is so damn hard, like, I don't understand it. Like, if it's so hard to find a good woman, why don't you just be a good man and a good woman will float to you? Y'all are down so bad, y'all are fucking animals. I saw a video the other day, like a few months ago. There was a dead pigeon on the ground, on the street. Dead pigeon. You wanna know what was inside the pigeon? A used condom. If it's hard to find a good woman, it's impossible to find a good man. Because, see, women aren't fucking pigeons. We're not fucking and killing and eating monitor lizards. We're not trying to change laws so we can marry 14-year-olds. If it's hard to find a good woman, it's even harder to find a good man. It's practically impossible. Since you want to compare stats. Since we're talking about what's hard to find. It's hard to find a man who washes his ass. What do men have in common with a plunger? There's always shit on them. What are we talking about? And guys are literally changing to women. Exactly. What are we talking about? 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 If you apply that same effort trying to call yourself it, the jokes write themselves. If you apply that same effort to trying to better yourself, apply that same effort that you use trying to degrade women in bettering yourself, you may get a woman to talk to you. I know right now that women don't want to share a block with you, but maybe, just maybe, they might walk past voluntarily. They may walk past voluntarily, Neil. If you took some time to actually invest in yourself. Took that same energy to invest in yourself. Maybe a woman just might acknowledge you. And then you wouldn't be sitting over here making jokes about women because you'd be getting laid. You know, I always find it so strange. And this is my whole point too. This is my next little topic. Why are men like this? Why are y'all like this? I would never voluntarily tell someone I don't get laid. I would never voluntarily, I would not Katniss Everdeen volunteer as tribute my ass into telling the public I don't get laid, I don't know how to talk to women, and I'm a fucking loser. And then men make it seem like it's so fucking difficult to get a woman. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. A guy tried to call me a man earlier. You are lucky I'm not a fucking man because it will take your chances from slim to zero. If I was a man, it will take your chances of getting a woman from slim to zero. Impossible. As a matter of fact, I would be on every single block, every single corner, showing you how to get it fucking done. Pleasing a woman is not difficult at all. It's not. It's not. And then there's so many men out here who think, oh, women want commitment. There's some women out here, there's a lot of women out here who don't want a relationship. They just want to get their backbone out. Hey, baby, buy me some dinner and call it a night. It's 10 o'clock. Get out. There's plenty of women like that. But see, you don't know about them because they're not going to introduce themselves to you. I'm telling you, if I was a man, if I was switched over to a man, I would have me a woman by the end of the week. I'm not, and this is no exaggeration, because getting a woman and keeping a woman is not hard. Making a woman happy is not hard. You're just fucking lazy and a fucking loser. And now you're sitting back making weird ass jokes about comparing women to parking spaces when you don't even have a car. Let's clock that T, Neil. Like it's so strange. 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 Dudes like that have to make weird ass jokes because they have nothing else. If I was a man, turn into a man today, I would have a woman by the end of the week. It's not difficult. I assure you. Not because women are easy. Not because women are easy. Because they're not hard to please. You're just fucking lazy. You're just a loser. Like, let's focus on the things that actually are gonna bring us growth. Okay? Don't do us like that. Listen. And I'm not harping on the dudes who are childish. I'm not harping on the dudes that are men. I'm harping on the dudes that are childish. Men who are little boys in men bodies. Okay? Who were part of the No Child Left Behind. Those are the men that I'm talking about. The ones who can't even hold a proper conversation. The ones that women actively avoid. The ones who don't get laid and let the entire public know that they're not getting laid. I can instantly spot you. When I say I can instantly spot you based off of how you speak, I can instantly spot you. A woman wouldn't even piss on you if you were a toilet and she had a full bladder. I can instantly tell. Because number one thing that I've noticed about a man who gets women, they don't argue with women. Number one, based off of how a man conducts himself, you can already tell they don't argue with women. And what I mean by that is, a man is not going to sit here and go back and forth with a woman. He's going to be like, what you need? Oh, okay. He's going to recognize what you want. Oh, okay, you're hungry. Oh, okay, you're tired. Oh, okay, you're stressed out. Time for a spa day. Here. Get some rest. Because you're stressed. And that's the reason why you're acting like this. I'm not going to take it personally. Because I can tell that you're upset. That just means I have to do something as a man. Grown men don't argue with women. Because if you're doing what you're supposed to do as a man, there's nothing to argue about. At the end of the day, women are not hard. I promise you they're not. They're not. You make a woman feel comfortable, there's nothing to argue about. You will never find a woman who has a good man, who's being a man, taking care of her, making sure that she's good, and she's bitching and moaning and complaining. The bills are paid, I'm fed, I'm comfortable. You're not gonna hear a peep. Hello? I'm doing fine. Hold on, y'all. Let me read y'all stuff. Is the dating scene really that hard for real? Honestly, I wouldn't know. I don't date. I could. And I'm going to get into a story time in just a moment. It's exactly just when I was thinking about it a few weeks ago. Something didn't happen that pushed me right back to the other side. Maybe ask 42-year-old Koi. Maybe she'll try it again then. Men definitely need to wash their ass more often. Yes, they do. As for some reason, it's optional. What are we talking about? There's some men out here who don't wash their legs. What are we talking about? Don't wash their feet. Funky. The hell? Spiritual women are a dime a dozen. Is that right, Burberry? I can name 10 women who are excellent. Just from who I know. I can name 20. From who I know. I don't know how women are a dime a dozen. I've met excellent women. Amazing women. You must not get out a lot. You have just become my new favorite page versus Pinky Bags. Period, be humble. I appreciate that. Pieces, soldier. Y'all so funny. Yes, women are easy, actually. Are they? Burberry, when was the last time that you got laid? Let us know. Where's my cup? I'm getting on cereal channel. Wow, you are too real. Y'all are so funny. Hey. That part, what do you want in me? It's really that simple. It's really that simple. I've seen how women are when they're well taken care of. By a man. Not a little boy who's unprepared. Food, a clean house, a bath, and make it, exactly makes it so easy. It's simple. It's quick. It's not hard. Women are well taken care of. It's done. The way that I was able to realize this was through my dad. Now, listen, I'm not giving my dad too many brownie points, but I'm a daughter of a bald-headed man. I have a bald-headed daddy, and it's just something about them daughters who have bald-headed daddies. We a different breed. Okay. My dad was not the best dad. I'm just going to keep it a buck. But one thing he didn't play about was money. My dad believes that I deserve a soft life. My dad believes I deserve a soft life. I remember one time I had told him I was putting air in my tire. And my dad was like, oh, okay. You can do that. I guess you can put some air in your tire, but that's as far as it goes. Don't get underneath your car trying to put no oil in. Don't. Okay, he'll say it all suave and stuff. He'll be like, okay, you can put some air in your tires, but that's as far as it goes, baby girl. Don't be trying to go under the hood and touching stuff and all this stuff. My dad believes that I deserve a soft life. Anything I've ever asked my daddy for, I can have. Anything. I can have it. Okay? My dad has shown me this is how it's supposed to be. Okay? Take care of your responsibilities. It's not hard to take care of a woman. It's not hard to please a woman. Find a woman in your tax bracket and stay there. If the woman is too expensive for you, you too broke. Move on. Whoever said that ass thing right now. Yeah, pretty. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. 42. No, I'm not 42. I'm saying check in with 42-year-old Koi. I'm 24. Lord, words? Can I actually say my actual age? Yeah, I'm 24. I'm talking about 42-year-old me checking in to see if I actually want to date. I need a bigger bonnet where you get that. Beauty supply store. I've been married for 27 years. Period. That's how you do it. I'm bald-headed. I'm bald-headed girl dad as well. I know it's something in the sauce. My dad has shown me anything that I ask for, I can have. If my dad is broke as hell, he doesn't give a fuck. He'll give me his last. If I ask for it, I can have it. My dad has shown me at least that. He hasn't been the best daddy. I'm not gonna lie, but he has shown me that. My dad would break his motherfucking or break a man's neck if he didn't give me what I wanted. If I say I want this, he gonna be looking at you like, you heard what she said. Like my dad is one of them people where I can ask for something outrageous, and he'll be like, all right, baby, daddy a little broke right now. Give me some time. I know it's gonna be in hand. I have yet to ask my dad for something that he hasn't given me. That was my first little experience of, oh, okay, this is what I should be expecting. I ask, I receive. No questions about it. I want, I receive. Or my dad is just like, what do you want? This, and this, and this, and this. And somehow I don't have to worry about the details. Daddy's gonna make it happen. That's the type of shit that I need to get done. Hello? I don't. I'm not gonna be sitting over here arguing with a man. Point blank period, especially about something that I want. You either gonna give it to me or you're not. It's hard to please a woman. Well, person with this really long name, I really don't know what to tell you, honey. You gotta study up then. Should know what a father is supposed to be. A great dad. Great job, dad. Yeah, my dad, don't give him too many points, y'all. Don't give him too many points now. Hey, we'll divulge on that one of these days. But my dad, that's the one thing that he never budged on. Even if I was like bad as a kid or whatever, my dad wouldn't ever deny me nothing. Like I could have what the hell I want, but I wouldn't get like the highest quality. Like I remember one time I was probably like elementary, maybe middle school, and I wanted a camera for my birthday. And my dad was just like, well, a camcorder for my birthday. And my dad was just like, well, you haven't been acting right, so you're not gonna get this expensive one, but I'll get you one of these cheap ones though. You can get one of them since you don't want to act right. But it was never a no. I can't remember the last time my dad ever told me no. Has my daddy ever told me no? I can't think of a time. I can't think of a time that my dad has ever told me no. It's one of the only ways that he was able to show up, but shit, he did that one part well. Never had a period. Are women never happy? I was just happy with my friends the other day. But we were sitting here eating cookies and drinking wine and talking about, I'll get into that in a second. I'm about to say hello. Thank you so much, The Majestic, for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. I must owe you child support. Sound like a great dad. He has his moments, I would definitely say. You're just like my daughter. Am I? That's hilarious. That's what that's supposed to do. Go dad. Yeah, he's always like my dad. He doesn't show up in a lot of other places because he just wasn't raised like that. But that's one thing that I've never been denied. Like I've never that was the first impression I've ever had as a man. My dad, I think even when I was a little girl, my dad even told me, like, whatever you want, you can have. Even anything that my dad has, he never complains. Like my dad, one of the things that he does is he sells fireworks. I don't give a damn how expensive the firework is. The firework could be $500 damn. If I want it, he's gonna give it to me. He'll go in there and he'll be like, pick what you want. And I'm like, well, I want this one, and I want this one, and I want this one. He's like, okay. My dad's favorite line, whatever is mine is yours. Whatever you want, you can have it. You can go in there and grab it, get whatever the hell you want. My dad will go broke before he tells me no. That's rule number one. Like I'm not. My dad taught me to be a go-getter, but at the same time, I'll be damned if I ever am with a man who was broke. You know what I'm saying? My dad would look at me like he ready to die right now. That was super awesome, Dad. I married a bald headed man. Hello, it's the bald headedness. I don't know what it is. Maybe you gotta rub it like a globe, like them little the ones the fortune tellers be having. Maybe that's what it is. Let me tell you your fortune. And I get you ready. Yeah, let's get into it. Married women are easy to get to. Married women are easy to get to. Burberry, I'm gonna need you to pick a struggle because either women are too hard or they're too easy. We're kind of all over the map. I'm gonna need you to find something, hold it tight. What if the dude went broke after y'all was together for a while? The only way that I can see a guy going broke after we were together for a while is him being robbed. Being robbed. Being scammed, being mistaken for something, and the government freezes your assets. That's the only way that I can see that a man can go broke after being with him for a while. Because if you go completely broke, you're bad at managing money. You're bad at managing money. Because if you got so much money that you eventually are going broke, that means you didn't set up a trust. Bad with managing money. Okay? In all my 24 years of living, my dad has fluctuated. He's been up and down. But I can certainly say I've never seen my dad broke. Certainly say I've never physically seen it. If he is broke, he might be broke for maybe a couple of days, couple of weeks, maybe. But even if my dad is dirt broke, my dad will starve before he tells me no. That's the type of dedication that I'm looking for. My dad would have his last $20. And I said, Dad, can I get $20 for gas? There you go, baby. Thank you, Daddy. Hey. And speaking of that, so I can stop giving my dad accolades because y'all, we're getting great dads up in here. Hold on. Speaking of that, somebody had said something on my live the other day, and I'm going to revert back to Ricky. Don't let me forget my peeps in here who know who that is. Somebody had said on my live the other day, like the other week, that I had talked about how my dad was not an emotional person. And me growing up, I had two parents who kind of like, they made up for each other's lack, but at the same time didn't. So like my mom was one of them people who was like overly emotional. So she's like, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about your feelings. We're going to My dad, zero emotion. My dad's just not that type of person. He's just not. Like, I never, growing up as a kid, I never looked for affection from my dad. Like, I never really needed that. Because, like, with him, it's like, because my mom was already kind of like super covered with the emotional stuff, I just, getting with my dad was kind of like a break from all that. A break from all that. So my dad is just not an emotional person, but he grew up, his childhood was not very good. He didn't grow up with a very good childhood, so he doesn't really know what it's like to really love anybody or really like be there in that way. And that's fine. Like, I never really expected that out of my dad. You know what I'm saying? But the person was basically trying to say, oh yeah, you people all have daddy issues. I'm guessing that he was trying to say because I'm black, I have daddy issues. I don't know how I have daddy issues when I know my fucking dad and I know who my dad is and I have a relationship somewhat with my dad. A relationship on my terms. But let's just say for argument's sake that I did have daddy issues, right? Let's just say for argument's sake if I did. How are you insulting me with my father's failings? Maybe it is Mother's Father's Day. That's why you took one thing and I break one other way too. Exactly. I don't, hello. Here's whatever your family is life insurance policy. If you're broke, you may as well go ahead and do us a favor. No, so, I'm not playing. I'm playing. Y'all don't. Let's not do that. But I want to highlight that. How are you blaming me for my father's failings? How? How is it on me, the daughter, that my dad wasn't doing what he was supposed to do as a dad? And this is why the patriarchy doesn't make any sense. Because how are you blaming a grown man? I mean, how are you blaming a child for a grown man's failings? You made it seem like I was up in that motherfucker in the clouds like, okay, so we're going to choose the man who's not prepared to be a dad and the woman who's not prepared to be a mom. We're going to bring them together and those are my parents. Boom. As if I chose who my parents were or are. Immaculate, please explain, what exactly is a deadbeat daughter? Explain in detail. The fuck does that even mean? The idiocy is coming. It's brewing. The idiocy is brewing. How can you be a deadbeat daughter, huh? It's so good to get recognized and appreciated by your children. I know that my daughter feels the same as you, but it doesn't tell me like this. Yeah, it is appreciated, right? It's nice to be appreciated, but at the same time, it's like, I don't get it. I don't get that. How is that an insult to me? What my dad did or didn't do? You're not going to make me feel guilt or shame or embarrassment. I'm not going to feel any of that. I'm not going to feel any of that because that's not my shit to hold. My dad not doing what he was supposed to do ain't got shit to do with me. My dad had, what, 22, 23 solid years before I was even born? Why should I feel shame exactly? Explain it in detail, please. No grammar errors. If y'all are trying to bring in the fat phobic jokes, I'm not ashamed of that. I'm not ashamed of that, not at all. I'm not ashamed of that at all. The fuck? Hold on. Hold on. How are we blaming a child for their parents' failings? I'm not ashamed. Nobody should be ashamed because how are you going to blame a child for their parents' failings? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not ashamed of who my parents are either. It is what it is. Can't change it. And to be honest, if asked the question if I would change my parents, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Who they are is who they are. Who they are is who they are. It is not going to change anything. This is my most recent picture. Baby, you think I'm going to be ashamed of that? You think I'm going to be ashamed of that? Get the fuck up out of here. Find somebody to play with. Find somebody to play with. And you know what the funny thing is? For people, I'm going to get back to it in a second, but for people who try to be fat phobic, I promise you I will still get laid more times than you. I will still get as many partners as I want to. Being fat doesn't fucking bother me. I've never had a problem and I never will. I give dudes crumbs and they're following behind me like a stray cat. I've had rosters. I've gotten rid of them. You're not stopping no show over here, baby. I'm fat and I'm fine as fuck and I've never had a problem and I never will. Fat and fine as fuck and I would never have a problem. You better stop before I go snatch your daddy. Okay. You tell your dad again what you're teaching now. Oh, I tell my dad all the time. That's another thing I love about my dad. Like, my dad, he might not have the most amiable qualities all the damn time, but one thing about the man is that me and him, we keep it real. I like that my dad's not emotional because if I got something to say, we gonna say it. We gonna keep it respectful, but we gonna say it. And I've said plenty of stuff to my dad's face. We keep it real. We don't sugarcoat. Me and my dad are brutally honest with one another. And that's fine. I like that relationship. Me and my dad don't spend too much time together. We butt heads if we spend too much time together. I speak to my dad maybe once every couple of weeks. Once every couple of weeks, I talk to my dad. I see him in person maybe once a year, maybe twice a year. And he's always calling me, not the other way around. My dad and me, our relationship is solid. We're good. I understand him. He understands me. Our relationship, it is what it is. He knows I'm alive. I know that he's alive. Done. Expecting the child to fix the parents' failings too. Yeah, and expecting the child to fix the parents' failings. But see, the thing is that idiots, stupid people, think that you're supposed to put that onus on the child, even if it's not even a girl. It's usually targeted towards women, but like the boys who also is that who's failed them. Like, how are you saying, oh, this is fatherless behavior? So you're blaming a woman for a man's failings. Where's his responsibility? Where's his accountability? Let's talk about that. And on top of that, what is your relationship like with your father? Why are you sitting over here talking about other people? Let's unpack that. Because usually people who are talking the most shit are the ones who got the most to project. And once again, I personally don't know what it's like to be a loser. So I wouldn't publicly humiliate myself like that. But for some people, it's like a kink or something. I would never broadcast that I don't get laid, and I would never broadcast that my relationship with my parents is so bad, and I'm so broken up by it that I can't properly handle it, and I'm taking it out on other people. I'm not miserable, so I don't know what that's like. I never wrote a song for my father years ago until you to the best kid ever. Oh, that's so sweet. Y'all, I'll be right back. Okay, all right, best kids. Your dad did his best. There are too many. Yeah. I mean, my dad. Yeah, I would say it like that. He could have done better, and he's admitted to that multiple times. He's admitted multiple times, I wasn't the best dad. I could have been better. But to be honest, I don't know a lot about my dad's childhood, but from what I do know, what he did is what he had. I'm just going to leave it at that. What he did is what he had. And it's like my dad had one of them parents where the parent was better as a grandparent than a parent. And my grandmother told me that before she passed away. He didn't have the best childhood. And unfortunately, it falls into a pattern of, when you grow up in a certain environment, you become one of two places. You either become a better version of what you had despite that, and, in spite of that, or you become what you know. Those are the two paths that you follow. You either be the exact opposite or you follow the same path. It is what it is. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not one of them people to be sitting back being like, you are so bad. I'm going to go and unpack whatever the fuck you did. And I'm going to leave it at that. You did the best with what you had, with what you could. You did your best, but it wasn't enough. And at the end of the day, after you are done doing whatever raising you can, it's up to me now to decide what I want to do. Thanks so much, Shady. I appreciate that. Stray kids. I know of the group. I don't listen to them. Do you like children? I love kids. Don't have any. Don't want any. But yeah, you look good. Thank you. Beautiful. You are so sweet. You're not the fat though. Everything in the right places. Huh? Even like, I don't see being called fat as an insult though. Even if somebody does classify me as fat, I don't care. But I appreciate it though. You look pretty. Thank you so much. You are so sweet with these compliments. Oh, get it, girl. You're a baddie. Keep it up. Say, you are so funny. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the compliments for real. And I'm sorry if I'm not reading your messages fast enough. I got ADHD, so I don't like to forget what I'm trying to say. Don't everybody so pretty. Oh, y'all are so sweet. Everybody's a real one. Yeah, that's the thing too. I'm one of them people where I don't believe in changing the past. It already happened. I already went through it. I'm not dead. So all I can do is proceed. I don't like changing the past because when I think about what I've learned from my past, thinking about going back and changing it, I don't know who I would become if I did. You know? And I like who I am. I love who I am, actually. Me being able to sit here and talk to y'all and, give advice and be as confident as I am is because of how I grew up. You know? I just play a song, YouTube will flag me if I do that. If you want to ask the question, just ask it. Do I? I don't know what it is. The question is not weird, sure. I don't know what that means. I've never seen that person a day in my life. But it's just very strange that people try to put that on, the kids. And it's always a man trying to weaponize that against a woman. So let me get this straight. As an intellectual, I just don't get it. Let me get this straight. Your idea of an insult is by saying, you as a man, your idea as an insult to me is saying, ha ha, another man failed. Another failure in our group. Another loser in our midst has failed you. Ha ha. I'm not getting it. Your insult to me is that a person from your group is a fucking loser, is out here embarrassing y'all. Your insult is that somebody from your group is out here embarrassing y'all by not showing up as the father that he claimed to be. And the funny thing is that my dad planned me. I wasn't an accident. I was planned. And he still wasn't prepared. He's out here embarrassing y'all. And you're thinking that's an insult to me. He's embarrassing men by not showing up the best that he can or best that he should as a father. And you think that's an insult to me. Okay. As an intellectual, I don't get it. But, maybe in Loser Universe, on Loser Planet, in Loser City, in Loser Town, on Loser Street, in Loser Basement, maybe that's normalized. I've never been a loser, so I don't know what that's like. Mr. Big, you're so sweet. I appreciate that. I try to be a trendsetter, but I like who I am. I love who I am. So I'm not ashamed of my past. I'm not ashamed of my parents. I'm not ashamed of my upbringing. You can't bother me. I grew up the black sheep in my family. I grew up as a one of a kind. Okay? Nobody around me was like me. Nobody had the answers for me. I had to practically raise myself. But I'm a fucking boss because of it. Okay? If you're a child, get out of the live. I don't speak to children. You will be blocked by the moderators. If you are a child, I don't speak to children in lives. So if you're a kid, there's a kid around, go ahead and dismiss him. This is my life. I'm grown as hell. I haven't been a child in 6 years. Don't plan on going back. I hated being a kid. Well, remove your cousin. Troll. People are so weird. Please show me the ticket from which you and your cousin purchased to get into this live so you can be refunded. Show me the invoice for the ticket that you bought that is keeping you here. What are we talking about? Once again, loser behavior. Why do people be acting like this shit is funny? Like, once again, it must be a humiliation kink. It must be a humiliation kink. It has to be. Because how are you out here voluntarily embarrassing yourself? I'm in a life that's perfectly voluntary. I can leave at any time and I'm freaking out. Lying about a kid being in here to get garner some type of attention. How about be funny? How about engage in the conversation? Not just troll and lie and be weird. But once again, I've never been a loser, so I don't know what that's like. Maybe in loser universe, this is normal. This is how you get attention. This is how you communicate. This is how you converse. Let me know. I've never been a loser. So I don't know. I know what it's like to be watched. I know what it's like to be listened to. I know what it's like when people like me. I don't know what it's like to have to fight for attention. I've never had to fight. I can't. Look what they're doing. They're embarrassing themselves for free. Voluntarily. I've never been a loser. So I don't get it. I don't have to act a fool in somebody's life. I don't have to lie. I don't have to embarrass myself. I don't have to come up with some type of crazy facade. I don't have to do any of that. If I want attention, I get it. See, I walk into rooms and when I leave, I am missed. When I didn't come, I'm looked for. People are texting and calling my phone, asking me why I wasn't there. Okay, I've had onlookers for quite some time. I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like to be a loser. Okay. And you're 19, Aiden? You're 19 acting like that? Ugh. Woo! 19, that's rough. That's rough. At least if you were 14, I could see that. You still got time to burn off the loserism, but I guess not. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that's like. And then getting back to the men, right? Talking about fatherless behavior and shit like that. It seems like most of the insults that men have are pertaining to men's failings. And I really just don't get that. I don't get how y'all don't see that as an issue, right? There was a thing that I had saw the other day where a guy basically, this lady was talking about a friendship date she was on. And this man basically was explaining to her that if you had a bottle of water and you were passing around the bottle of water, okay, and then somebody was passing it around and they handed it to you and you open up the bottle of water, you could still drink the water despite people having their hands all on it, right? But if somebody was to take their finger, all those people that passed the water was to take their fingers and dip their fingers into the water, you wouldn't want to drink the water. This analogy that this person was using was basically saying that if a woman lets multiple men have sex with her, she's now tainted. And she can no longer be of value to another man. And so then the friend sat there and asked him, she asked, okay, so you're saying that if a woman allows a man to have access to her or have access to her body, it lessens her value. And he was just like, yeah. But don't you want to be with a woman? And he was like, yeah. Don't you want to have sex with a woman? Yeah. So what you're telling me is that I should not let you have access to me because the moment that a man comes in contact with me, he lessens my value. So basically you're trying to take me, a diamond, and mold me with a pebble. You're saying that a man is less valuable than a woman. So women should never come in contact with men. Because y'all bring our value down. You can't be something that is less valuable to me and still add value to me. That does not make any sense. You have to have value to provide value. If you are so down low that you're going to bring me down, you're going to bring down my value, then I shouldn't come in contact with you at all. So what you're saying is that men are worthless. Your words, not mine. And the more men that have access to a woman, the less valuable she is. So the problem is the men. You see how that stupidity flips back on your fucking self? And then my question is always this. Do men want to get laid? Do men want to have women in their presence? Because it's giving DL. It's giving homosexual. Which is nothing wrong with that. If you're gay, you're gay. But just tell the women that. Just tell us that. You can't say in one breath, oh, I hate everything about a woman. And I think that a woman is super freaking annoying. But then in the same breath say, I want a woman in my presence. I want to come in contact with this woman. I want to get sexual release from this woman. That's not how that works. That's like me saying I hate peppermint flavored things and you see me eating peppermint ice cream. So do you like it or you don't? Let's make sense, okay? Try making dollars because you're not making sense. Hold on, make sure I'm not losing anything. Is loserism and tenderism related? At this point, probably. It's true. It is. Also, if one has anything to contribute to the life, positive way, you will be removed. Hey, y'all, just letting you know if you're going to be weird, if you're going to be losers. I have no problem tearing you apart, but my moderators are swift. Or you're too weird for the people. I try to be. I don't know, but you can't necessarily be over here. I'm black. I'm proud. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I love giving cunts. I love that. Like, yeah, if you're gay, that's perfectly fine. But the thing is, just tell the women that. I like men. Okay, that's fine. But you can't sit here in one way and say, oh, a woman does this. She's always complaining. Women are too hard. And you can't complain and bitch and moan about a woman all day and then say that you want a woman in your life. That don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. But once again, like I said, maybe in a loser universe, that makes sense. I've never been a loser. So I don't go after things that cause me discomfort. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. Hey, I love the. I'm a dramatic over here. We love our gays and our days over here, okay? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Am I complaining, Xavier? What am I complaining about exactly? I'm making an observation. You love discomfort? You must be into that BDSM. Hey, whatever you like. Whatever you like. Period. As you should. As you should. As you should. But my thing is, it's these men who are saying that they are straight. Thank you, Joker, for the observation. Did you need a closer look? You can check out my Instagram, Koi the Sovereign. I'm fat. Okay? We've been over this. Can we get something that's original? Something that's fun? Something that's going to actually make me laugh? Because fat women get laid. Fat women get married. And I've personally never had a problem. And I never will. You probably see your own homes. Exactly. Women do too. Everybody likes to sleep with everybody. That's the reason why we have orgies. And so it's just strange to me that men who present themselves as straight say that they hate everything about women and then proceed to say that they want a woman. And it just shows that y'all hate yourselves for real, because you saying that you're less valuable than a woman is the reason why you bring down her value. It just, and then you, in the same breath, you expect a woman to take you seriously. And that brings me to a story time of the topic of why are men like this. Okay. Recently, I had a situation, like I said, I don't have a problem. I had a situation where it was a guy that was living in the same building as me about 2 years ago. Okay. Maybe a year ago. And he was a maintenance man in my building. Now, let me tell you something. I'm somebody who's a harmless flirt. Okay. In true Libra fashion. We're overly social, so people think that we're always flirting, but we're not always. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, sometimes I get away with it a little bit. Sometimes I can be a little flirty. Okay. Mind you, this man had a kid. Okay. I don't deal with men with kids in any capacity. I don't give a damn what's going on. Okay. Unless you're paying a bill or two, that's as far as we're gonna go. Because I'm not involved with it. Men with kids come with a lot of baggage. They come with a lot of issues. Not always, but I'm not the type of person to take the risk. You know what I'm saying? Are you guys out here between the age of 20 and 30? Opportunities for you. Mr. Big, I'm not dating. I'm not even looking for it. I'm good on that. I'm gonna get to y'all stuff too. Like, don't think I'm ignoring y'all. Don't want to miss my thought. And so this dude, I told him in the very beginning, because I could already tell that he liked me. Okay? Told him from the very beginning. I don't deal with dudes with kids, period. He pursued me anyway. So in my mind, when a man basically goes against what I had told him, the way that I like to think about it is you're either deaf or you want to play, which I don't mind. I like to play a little game, okay? Call me Saul's little sister. Okay. So for months, mind you, when it comes out to dealing with dudes, it's very one-sided. I'm not one-sided. It's very one-sided. They contact me, I don't contact them. They call me, I don't call them. They plan a date, I may or may not go. Okay? Because I'm just not interested. I just don't care. Personally. If you go or don't, I really just don't care. Right? And so basically, dude was like talking to me. But mind you, he's the maintenance man in my apartment building. Okay? We lived on the same floor. So he gave me his number. I never texted him for anything outside of my apartment. Okay? Unless he messaged me and asked me, oh, what are you doing? Or how was work or whatever. And I will respond and that will be it. Very dull, giving very little. Okay? There was a couple of problems in my apartment, like with a leaking pipe. So he was in and out of my apartment a lot. Because once again, he's the maintenance man. Or part of the maintenance team. So he had unlimited access, really. Not unlimited, but he had, a lot of access to my apartment, a lot of access to me. When all the rest of the team would leave, he would linger around and socialize with me, which I don't mind. I don't mind a little chatty chat. Why not? And so I was literally had no intentions of doing anything with this dude, period. That's just that, period. Okay? And in my mind, I'm thinking, he's a fuck dude. He's a fuck boy. He fuck around, he likes to play around, and that's fine. I don't have no issues with that. Okay? I have no issues with that at all. You won't be claiming me, but at the end of the day, I don't do community dick, even if you didn't have kids. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You're an STD in the waking. I don't have time for that. But he was translating to me as a fuckboy. So, he fuck around, he do what he want to do, he want to have fun, that's fine. I should have known when I had asked him, maybe like a couple of months in, I had asked him if he was messing with other people. He was like dealing with other people. And I should have saw that as confirmation, but I didn't. And I'm going to tell y'all why in a little bit. But basically, let's just fast forward maybe 6 months, right? Of us, having casual conversation. He'd be in my apartment for stuff that was involving repairs. And we shared a few exchanges here and there. Slight little flirts, whatever. I'm just thinking that this is all fun and games because I already told you how to fuck with dudes and kids. And plus, I'm not giving you anything. I'm barely talking to you. You're in my apartment, but I never ask you to come over. It's just not that. You know what I'm saying? And so I did give him one kiss. One. And I think that was around the 5th month mark. Shouldn't have did that. I was being too playful. I shouldn't have did that. But you know what I'm saying? In my mind, I'm like, this dude is a fuckboy. He doesn't care. He's got other girls. He's got girls on his roster. Not even other girls, because I'm not one of them. He's got girls on his roster. He's not worried about me. And so, literally, I go about my life. I live my life. I am enjoying myself. I'm not really caring. But then one day, we have a conversation in my vehicle, because he was getting his car repaired. So, he was in my car, and I was just dropping him off somewhere. And he literally was just like, oh, so, when we going to take it to the next level? Huh? Mama's a little confused. Can you elaborate? And he's just like, oh, well, we've been talking. We've been talking for 6 months. Talking. Talking. Sure, we've exchanged communications, but talking like something's going to transpire? Talking? Oh, honey. And so he's just like, well, I just thought that we were vibing. And I said, yeah, it's a vibe. And that's as much as it's going to be. Like, what? And so he basically got an attitude and was just like, mind you, my best friend had moved in the same building as me around this time. Maybe she was around for a couple of months. And he had basically brought up, he knew that she was my best friend and she had just moved in. After he realized that you're not getting any nookie from me because I don't fuck with you like that, he literally was just like, oh, so how would you feel if, I went after your best friend? How he walked out of that vehicle with all his limbs, it had to be God. It had to be. That's the only explanation that I had. Okay? So basically, after that, I was done. I already wasn't really fucking with you like that in the first place because you were starting to irritate me. Because when I had asked if you were fucking with girls, when you was trying to call yourself flirting with me, and you kind of was getting a little defensive, but you was just like, yeah, I'm dealing with it, I should have took that as a cue. That was my subconscious telling me, he's getting clingy. He wants something from you. He's a little too interested. Should have clocked it, but I didn't. But I clocked it in his car. Okay? After that, I was already through with you, but now I'm really fucking done. Don't even speak to me. Right? Me and him end up falling out. We end up getting into a big ass argument later on, maybe a week later, because, once again, maintenance man. So he waits until the dang people leave, and then next thing you know, we're having an exchange. Because he's just like, well, I wasn't meaning it like that. I was trying to be, I was just trying to ruffle your feathers a little bit. I wasn't really actually trying to feel best with your friend. Why are men like this? Because why the hell would you say to a woman that you're interested in, how would you feel if I slept with your friend or tried to go after your friend? What woman is going to sleep with you after that? Maybe in Loser Universe. I don't know. Never been a loser once again. Basically, keeping a story short, I ended up just not fucking with him, period. Okay? Even involving work stuff, unless I absolutely had to have him in my apartment, I was letting the property manager know, and I was probably dealing with like the corporate people or a different maintenance man. Okay? One day he just ends up disappearing. This dude went to jail. Okay? Now, this is about a year ago, this situation. Okay? I just saw this dude the other day inside of Popeyes. Okay? And at first I was just like, please. I guess he just got out a few months ago or whatever. But I was just like, please don't let him notice me. Please don't let him notice me. Please don't let him notice me. And so he ends up noticing me. And we ended up going into this entire conversation. I'm just like, okay. Mind you, when we had talked about this situation last time, we really didn't like speak for real. We really didn't actually like resolve the issue or figure out what was going on. We just argued and just left it at that. So he asked for my number. I gave it to him, whatever. Just to see where this is gonna go. Okay. I play too much. I know. I play too much. And so we get into this conversation. And basically he starts telling me, oh, I went to jail because I was messing with this girl and I messed with her a few years back, but she's crazy. But I messed with her again. Like when we rekindled things or whatever. And I thought that she changed. Mind you, this man has told me about previous relationships that he had in the past and how he's treated women in the past. And see me, I know he's never met a woman like me. Okay, he's used to probably childish, low self-esteem, unconfident, unloved women. Okay, he's probably used to that. So that's why he thought these bullshit ass tactics would work on me. On top of that, his behaviors about how he was treating these other women just didn't make any sense to me. Number one, like I said, I'm messing with men with kids. If you tell me that you got a baby mama except for an ex-wife, I'm already knowing what I'm dealing with. Okay? You like to make, broken homes. I don't fuck with that. Okay? No hate to y'all, do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. But I just truly don't believe in a man who genuinely cares about you and gives a fuck about you and wants you to be happy and loved and respected, that he would impregnate you and put you through a life-threatening procedure before he marries you. That's just not my thing. I just don't think that a man respects you enough if he does some shit like that. Right? So, off the rip. You have a baby mama? You like to make broken homes. That's number one. Number two, as we're having our little conversations completely, I don't want to say against my will, but I didn't invite him in my home. He was just there. Okay? And it just spiraled into a conversation because I'm on a conversation list. Okay? Basically, thank you so much for the gift, whoever that was. I'm like up in the messages and I'm going to get to it in just a second. Basically, in the moments that we're having these conversations, he's telling me about his past relationships and I'm picking up on the cues. He's a cheater. He's a liar. He's a manipulator. Why you thought you were going to get into my cookie jar, I don't know. You're telling me as a woman all those past relationships that you've had and how you treated women in the past, and you think that I'm about to, and you think that you've earned it? Please, right? Mind you, too, he had also bought me a teddy bear for Valentine's Day that I didn't fucking ask for. Should have been a red flag then, too. He's too into it. Mind you, I'm not giving him shit. I'm not texting him, he's texting me. I'm not calling him, he's calling me. Anytime that I do give him a direct exchange, it's because I need something done in my apartment. So we're all on the same page. Lord. And so, in this conversation, he's basically trying to tell me, oh, well, you're not like the other women. I wanted to, really take a crack at you. You're the only woman that I've ever met that's like this. I've never met a woman like you. But basically, he's giving me the whole spiel of he was going to change for me. He was waiting on a good woman like me, so he can be able to grow and be better and do better. He wants to do right by me. See, I'm not an idiota. I'm not stupid, okay? I would be a fool to sit back and hear the streamline of broken hearts that you've left. All the women that you hurt, leading up to a woman who got you put in jail because she went into your home, destroyed your property in your house, and then called the police and told them that you strangled her and pulled a gun on her. So they went and arrested you and put you in jail. You're doing shit like that. You're over here dealing with women like that, leaving women like that, making them act crazy over you. And you think that I'm about to... Where did you get this? Where did you get the unmitigated gall, the audacity, to assume that a woman of my stature would put up with something like that? Yeah, you left your brain around the corner. Go pick it up. Go pick it up before somebody step on it and make you dumber than you already are. right? And so he's having this thing, he's going back and forth, and I just had to straight up tell him. I was just like, it was never gonna happen. Radio silence on the phone. Radio silence. He couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe what I said. Radio silence on the phone. And he was like, so you're telling me that there was never a chance? No. And based off of what I didn't give you, I thought you would have picked up on that. Based off of the fact that you claim that you get women and that you're sleeping around and all this extra stuff, I thought that you wouldn't be worried about little old me. But you're trying to tell me that you thought that we were dating for 6 months? Give them a crumb, and they think that they can go get the bakery. I'm not understanding it. And so he's just like, well, you strung me along. In order for me to string you along, I have to want something from you. You weren't paying a single fucking bill. You weren't adding pleasure and happiness to my life. You were a hindrance. I had to get my best friend involved to ask you to stop bothering me. I almost consulted our property manager about you. Strung you along. I was just being nice. That's why you had to be mean. That's why you had to be mean. That's why you had to be mean. To string you along, I had to have wanted something from you. I didn't want a goddamn thing. So what exactly could I have been stringing you along for? You weren't adding anything to my life besides frustration and annoyance. So I'm not really sure where you got the idea of being strung along. And this is the reason why when people try to tell me things like, oh, you're unattractive or whatever, you're never going to be able to convince me. I gave this man nothing. One smooch. I shouldn't have done that, but I had to, okay? For the plot. I play too much. I know that. That's on me. But in my brain, I'm thinking, you a playboy, so you don't give a fuck about this. You get laid every week. Talk about you getting STD tests done and shit. You get laid every week. You ain't worried about little old me. But this is the type of shit that you're doing, and then you want me to take you seriously? You're creating broken homes. You're not looking for a committed relationship. You just got done making a girl so crazy over you that she destroyed your property and she put you in jail. And you think that a woman of my stature is going to want to take you seriously? Make it make sense. How can I make it see our comments? I know y'all saying stuff and I'm missing it. Sorry, y'all. I just don't want to lose I don't want to lose my thought process. So it doesn't look right. True. Why is the big woman thing is showing black that hurts so much to see people miss one instead of being positive? Xavier, I don't know why you always think it's men. Women aren't perfect either, but I'm a woman, so I'm going to talk about men. I talk about women too. What are we talking about? You're not against somebody just because you're acknowledging behaviors. Okay? Me telling a toddler that they can't throw a tantrum in the store just because they couldn't get a sucker doesn't mean I hate children. Do you understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Me telling parents, hey, make sure you educate your children on properly approaching and, appropriate touch with other children doesn't mean that I hate parents. Me wanting to be in a childless area doesn't mean that I hate children. So let's use our whole brains, not just half of it. Most of you men are overly homophobic. Yes, because they can't live in their truth, which is strange. What the fuck you want to do? The mods are on it. Clock it. They are always on it. I love my moderators. I'm so sorry I've been gone, y'all. It's just been crazy over here. I gotta say that I called you back with antlers recently. So the moral story is women can never win with men. Therefore we are. Exactly. Always winning. Thinking you need ladies not getting these creeps out of here. Yeah, they are on it. How they get from not interested in the car. Listen, Xavier, listen. I'm a nice person. And I'm a recovering people pleaser. I'm way more strict now than I was then. But it's not necessarily that I didn't think that he was, how can I say it like this? I didn't think that it was going to take it. My intention was that it was not going to take it further than playful flirting. And I'm a flirt into the end of the, I'm okay with that. As a Libra, I'm a flirt. I'll take it. Okay, I'm overly sociable and I'm too funny. Okay, I play too much. Education, I had to. He was right there. He was leaning there for it. I had to do it for the plot. I was interested, and honestly, I be doing stuff. I be playing around too much, trying to do experiments and shit. But to me, it's just like I don't know. Like kissing somebody is not. It ain't really shit. Like I'm sorry. Like I grown up around fuckboys. Okay, my brother was a fuckboy my whole life. I grew up around fuckboys. I grew up around players my whole life. This is where I learned this type of behavior from. Being able to pick up on these type of behaviors, I learned it from them. Just because you kiss a girl doesn't mean that you want her. Just because you sleep with a girl doesn't mean that you want her. Just because you express interest in a girl doesn't mean that you want her. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it's like I don't really take it that seriously because he wasn't giving me anything that I wanted, and I wasn't really giving you anything anyway. You had to initiate everything with me. Everything. I'm giving you nothing. I'm giving you nothing. I'm giving you nothing. I'm giving you nothing. Like 1 kiss in 5 months. I'm giving you nothing. I'm not talking to you in between. You're talking to me. You have to follow behind me. You're chasing after me. And I'm not giving you anything. So to me, it's just like, if you're a real player, and this is what it was. He was a cosplaying player. He was a cosplayer. He was a cosplayer, okay? He was a cosplayer. He wanted to be a player so bad, but he's only a player with insecure women. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't handle a woman like me. Let's just say, for argument's sake, if I was interested in him, right? Let's just say that I did sleep with him. Let's just say that I did that, right? If I was sleeping with another dude, he would have lost his fucking mind. Because he was falling head over heels for me. He developed feelings for me. This wasn't no little sneaky link, whatever. He was like, whatever you're comfortable with, whatever on your terms. Like, if I would have told him to give me the keys to his fucking car, he would have. He would have given me the keys to his house. This man was falling head over heels for me when I was giving him literally nothing. Because he saw what type of woman I am. I'm exceptional. I know that. But I've been around players. Multiple. As a matter of fact. As a matter of fact, at that time, it was a couple of players who were trying to get at me. And so knowing me treating him how he's trying to present himself as a player, I'm thinking eventually you're going to realize that I'm playing around and I'm flirting, you're going to move on. Like players do. Because they actually have a roster. They actually have women that they're dealing with. They're not focusing a little on me. So if they see that I'm playing around, they'll be like, okay, it is what it is. If you want to, let me go. Hey, the door's always open. But what he wanted was the facade of commitment. I'm telling you right now, if I was to have slept with that man or given him anything, he would have been pissed if he found out that I had another dude. He would have been pissed. He's not a player. He's a cosplayer who was trying to bag me as a woman who he wanted to take him seriously. It wasn't finna fucking happen, babe. Okay. And I know some people that can be misleading, but in the Players Club, it's not. Like when you're playing the game, which I thought that he was doing, when you're playing the game, this type of shit, it doesn't bother you. A kiss is a dime a dozen. Nobody gives a fuck about that. And that was my thought process. That was my thought process. But he wasn't on the same wavelength as me. And that was on me. I should have recognized that when my self-conscious was telling me he wanted a little more. If you guys asked, you had other girls or a girl, you didn't. She will never let you down. I know. I should have listened. I should have listened to her because she was screaming at me, girl. When he gave me that teddy bear, she was like, "What the fuck is this?" And I was just like, maybe he's trying to be nice. Just listen. I should have known. I should have known. I should have known. I should have known. But I just, with me in my brain, when you're trying to act a certain way, I'm going to take you, for how you acted. You know what I'm saying? You're telling me that it ain't shit. When I asked him, I said, don't you got other women that you're dealing with? Or don't you, aren't you busy? That was my conscience asking, can you leave me the fuck alone and go fuck something else or bother something else? That's not me. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't peeping at that time. That was on me. I'm in tune now with her. Me and her locked in. Right? But like at the forefront, the surface level, I'm like, when I asked him that, he's like, yeah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm getting like he's telling me I'm good. I'm not worried about it. I'm not tripping about it. I got other things going on. So I'm just like, okay, great. Wonderful. While I was walking in on Riley, I'm not really sure where you was in the live. Hey girl, period. You were the prize. And I always have been, and I always will. Can't what's the other thing with date? Not really sure, Gideon. If a player can add someone how much they're not about, it's like they want to Super Bowl. Exactly. Listen, big volume. You're on it. You're on it. So in my brain this entire time, I'm thinking he's playing the longest game of catch a coochie that he can. He's playing the longest game, getting a teddy bear, trying to text me all the time, call me, trying to find ways to get into my apartment. He's trying to nab a bitch, and it's not gonna fucking happen. Okay? I've grown up around players. I know what it's like. So you're trying to basically show me the behaviors of a player. You're not about to get into my cookie jar. You're community dicking you to create broken homes. I don't play like that. And all this time that you think that we've been talking, you haven't paid a single bill. Haven't even offered. Maybe I would have took you seriously then. Maybe I would have given you something then because you actually were contributing something. You didn't do shit. Like, don't get me wrong. I love me a little teddy bear every now and again when I ask for it. I can accept a teddy bear from my friends, okay? Because they know me and they know what I like. You got me a teddy bear for Valentine's Day and we're not even dating. What the fuck is this? What are we doing? So in my whole brain, I'm thinking, you're playing the game, but I'm playing it better. You're trying so hard. You're trying to see how long you can last. And I'm just having a good time here because at the end of the day, I get to decide. It's never going to happen. I know that. But I appreciate a player who tries. You know what I'm saying? Resilience. I get that. But you're never going to get me. Especially after hearing what you do to the women that give you access like that. I will be a fool to sit back. Like I've always thought that was strange of women who I've heard story times from who will be like, oh, well, I've heard of all the things that he's done to other women, but I just never thought that he would do it to me. Why not? Why would you think that poisonous dart frog wouldn't poison you too? It looks pretty from the distance. Oh, so cute, so pretty. Yeah, and you're about to be fucking poisoned. You sound like an idiot. That's how dumb you sound. Like he gave you a prequel to the show, a prequel. He showed you what is gonna be happening to you, and you let him have access anyway because you thought you were just so different. Listen, I believe that I am very special. I know that I am. I'm like the final boss in a game. If you can bag a woman like me, now that's brownie points for a year. It's not fucking happening. I know that I'm special. I know that I am. I'm not going to be in the same group with y'all. It's not going to fucking happen. It's just not. They say about playing stupid games. Play stupid games with stupid prizes. What was my last hookup? I don't mind telling y'all. I think I was 21. He's not gay, Tanner. I can assure you that. In his mind, he won with the kids. He thought he was on the right track. It was never happening. I play around too much. I know that. I learned my lesson. I won't do it again. Only with somebody that I know is a player. Like for sure. Like I know now, I would never have to ask a player if he is one. Because a player, after a while, he just won't care. Or you give him a little bit and he'll be like, I mean shit. Like a player is one of them people where he'll kind of like check in maybe once every couple of months and be like, hey, Shawty, I'm still available. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll do that. He'll try to be a smooth talker or whatever. But they get to it. They don't play no games, they don't waste no time. Okay? And if they are still hanging on to you, they have other things going on. They're not gonna get mad at you for not giving them coochie. They're not gonna give a fuck. They got things going on. On to the next. They don't care. It's embarrassing. Be grateful, girl. Cassie, how is my mouth embarrassing exactly? What are we talking about? Okay. Why do you say your name? Q Melon or whatever? Well, you're in my live, so I didn't lead him on. He acted like a player, and I guess he wasn't prepared to play the actual game, and that's unfortunate. Who decided what? Y'all, I'm getting like so behind on all your comments. Okay, cool. They're starting to die down, so I shouldn't miss too much now. Hey, like we're really increasing chance for chicks out here. Then I never said there was anything was guaranteed. I was saying that if you were doing something that actually added value to my life, maybe I would consider it. That's in a language I don't understand. You're eating the fupa. Oh, Cassie, okay. It's not that attractive. Cassie, I find it so interesting that you say that it's not attractive, but yet I'm talking about a man who yearned after me for months when I gave him literally nothing with the fucking fupa. You're a loser. And you don't know what it's like to actually be wanted. When dark frogs are frogs. Yep. They are dark than others. Women, all due respect, are so entitled. Are women entitled? Men are just as entitled. What are we talking about? Men want a wife with literally no ring. Come on now. No more touching until he was a ring. Listen, I haven't done anything in a couple of years now. I've been really good. I don't really like getting involved with men because you see, stressing me out. This is a recent conversation. Stressing me out. I don't got time for this. I gave you nothing. I gave you literally nothing. One freaking baby kiss. What are we, 12? Get over it. Like, to me, it's just so small. It's so small. It's so minuscule. It would be different if I was telling him that I loved him and I was texting him all day and I was calling him all day and I was saying that I missed him. I wasn't doing any of that. I wasn't giving you shit. The only reason why you had access to me the way that you did is because you were the maintenance man in my building. That's the only reason why you had access to me. If you were not the maintenance man in my building, you would have never heard from me. Like ever. But he was excusing us having conversations by happenstance because he was lingering around in my apartment after the rest of the crew already left. What I'm seeing as just us being friendly, he's seeing this as us building some type of relationship. Huh? Dude, you're here from our garbage disposal. What are we talking about? I don't know. It's like it's so freaking strange to me. Like, and like people are saying, "Oh, why would you kiss him or whatever?" To me, I just didn't think it was that big of a deal. To this day, I still don't. What are we, teenagers? I gave you a kiss after 5 months of you thinking we're talking. When it's a one-sided conversation, you can go through our text messages and you will see. I gave you nothing. You're desperate and you're not a player. You're cosplaying. Hello? Confidence is the greatest, but it comes with a lot of delusion. What am I delusional about? There's never been a man that I've wanted that I haven't gotten. Not a single fucking one. Not once. And every single body that I've ever had. Take his plate. And it's no fun wherever has a gun. Exactly. Unknown. Do you need these? When have you ever seen a wig that looks like this? Come on now. Let's use our whole braids. Do I seem delusional? He is too nice. Do I seem delusional? I don't know how when I'm seeing real results, but whatever. Lesbian in the making. Am I a lesbian in the making? I do love women. Women are fine as hell. So if I do end up becoming a lesbian, well, wouldn't bother me. Getting great contribution. Cookies. Roscoe, do you think that I'm afraid of you calling me a fucking gorilla? Honestly, Roscoe, you don't have a picture up, so put my face and your face next to a gorilla. Let's see who looks more like a fucking ape. That's all I'm gonna say. Send your fucking photo to Court the Sovereign on Instagram, and we're gonna put our two pictures side by side next to the gorilla. We're gonna see which one looks more like one. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say. If you better than me, period. You got it. Let's see y'all doing the hanging live. That's really it. That's a man who loves watching you beautifully like yourself. Flare their nostrils wide. Okay, Harold. That's nice, I guess. No, that's all right. You're good, Silly Billy. You good. She all get timed out. All the moderators, y'all gonna get them going. Finding someone normal, you're average at best. Have some humility. No. Must love dogs. No. Never fucking will. Average my motherfucking ass. I've gotten any man that I've wanted. Fuck are we talking about? I'm not gonna be humble about shit. I am that fucking girl. I always have been and I always fucking will be. The hell? They always trying to humble some damn body as if I give a fuck about your opinion. You wouldn't be able to bag me on your best day. Let's not play games here. Definitely not trigger, babe. I'm not triggered, not even the slightest. You can't trigger a baddie like me. You're like a cockroach with a bucket of water trying to put out the sun. You're like a cockroach with a bucket of water trying to put out the sun. You cannot put me out. I am that fucking girl. I will always be that fucking girl. I've always been that fucking girl. And nothing that you say will change that. Hello? There's never been a single person ever that I haven't wanted. I can bag whoever I want to. If I wanted to, I would have a roster longer than Rapunzel's hair. Let's not. But see, you don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like not to be a loser. So that's why you're in people's lives trying to make fun of people. And since I'm so average, send your photo You too, Much Love Dog. Send your photo to Instagram so we can put ourselves up next to each other and we're going to see who's the baddest. If you beat me, you got it. You got it. But see, the funny thing is that the fact that you don't have a photo on your actual profile tells me everything I need to know. It 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 tells me everything I need to know. Let's put our photos up to each other, next to each other. Let's just see who's the baddest. Okay? She lit, you can't have my confidence. Confidence is a choice. This is a 10 right here. Put some respect on her name. Period. Quit fine with you. Like, I find it, I love it, y'all. Y'all know I love me a good loser. I love harboring on losers. They're so fucking pathetic. They really think that their tiny little words is gonna hurt something over here. It's not. It's not. It's not shifting shit. It's not changing anything. It's never going to. What are we talking about? I had girls trying to fight me because their crushes wanted to date me. I picked up and got rid of men so damn fast, like a damn praying mantis. Quick. Once I get irritated with you, it's over. I'm bored. Come on now. I've experienced pretty privilege on more than one occasion. Men buying me drinks, getting in free in clubs. I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like not to be desired. No matter what you say. Did you not listen to the story time? I have a man who got one kiss from me in 5 months and barely any communication, yearning for me 2 years later. He sees me at Popeyes. He has to get my number. He's trying to, get his chance again after a year. Hello? Let's actually make some proper investigations here. Some proper observations. Like, and even the funny thing is that people who try to say, oh, you're unhealthy, you're not my doctor. I wasn't aware that you were my doctor. I wasn't aware that you were my doctor. I wasn't aware of that. I wasn't aware of that. And even if I was unhealthy, what does that have to do with you? But see, this is the thing, once again, I've never been a loser, so I don't know. This must be very normal behavior for them. But see, here's the thing. Somebody who is interesting, always had people who liked her, who watch out for her, who desired her. I don't know what it's like to be so obsessed with somebody else's body. If somebody is unhealthy or not, doesn't affect me. Whether somebody is pretty or not, doesn't affect me. It's not shaking shit in my life. So I don't sit back wondering about it. I don't sit back worrying about it because I don't care. It don't have anything to do with me. But see, losers like y'all have nothing. So you sit back and watch the sun, like me, shine bright, and then think that your little leaf is going to add some shade to my brightness. You think your ant-sized bucket of water is going to put out my star. It's not going to fucking happen. It's not going to happen. I don't sit around wondering what other people are up to. I don't sit around wondering, oh, why is that person big? Why does that person look like that? I don't care. I move on. See, also, I was raised right. Okay? My mother taught me, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. Because what is it doing for you? Nothing. It doesn't make me richer. It doesn't make me smarter. It doesn't make me prettier. What are we talking about? Oh, what up, kids? You talk, give us 7 years. You're 10 all day, every day. Thank you. Respectfully, confidence is one thing, but come on, do you really think that you're a dime piece? Women, let's be honest here. I think you're getting on the camera and doing a little too much. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh my God. A loser that's not smart and doesn't get laid, that's watching my life, is telling me that I have to be honest with myself about not being what exactly? Because I'm not ugly. I'm not unattractive. I don't know what we're talking about here. You're never going to convince me. What are we talking about? There's never been a man that I've liked, that other girls have liked, who have been considered 10s that I haven't gotten. Even guys that I don't want. They come and bother me. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? See, y'all see me. I'm in my lax stage. Okay, I'm in my body and my role. I don't give a fuck. What are we talking about? What do I have to exactly be honest about, Mr. Gates? And as a matter of fact, put your picture up. Go ahead. Quarter sovereign. Send to my Instagram. Let's see what you look like. Since you think that you have a right to put an opinion on me. But see, the funny thing is, too, is that even if you don't find me attractive, which I don't give a fuck, because I don't want you, you know what I'm saying? So your opinion literally means nothing to me. Okay, my last shit is more significant. But let's just say, for argument's sake, right, that you don't think that I'm attractive. Why do you think that automatically think that somebody else doesn't think that I am? See, that's that anti-intellectualism. I can't get behind that. What's your major? I am not in any college yet. I'm present there as objective. Exactly. Like, I find it so interesting. Like, any type of ism, if you're trying to be fat phobic, if you're trying to be racist or whatever, it just shows that you're not smart. You're not smart. Music and people share one big thing. It's extremely subjective. I'm not the biggest fan of rock, but there are people who think that rock is the best genre ever. Who am I to say that rock sucks? Because I don't fucking like it. I don't have to like it. Doesn't mean that rock is not great. Just because I don't see the value in it doesn't mean that it's not valuable. Okay? I think Cybertrucks are the most ugliest fucking cars I've ever seen in my life. But there's somebody out there who thinks that car is the best design they've ever seen. It's extremely subjective. But see, you don't lack the intelligence to be able to grasp that concept. So you think that I have to be honest with myself about my beauty. I am being honest. I'm fine as fuck. Fine as fuck, fat as fuck, and fabulous as fuck. And I will continue to do so. What are we talking about? I'm being honest. I don't lie. So I don't really know what that means by be honest. You make it hard for me to go visit these other channels. You remember the pictures, stay real. Oh, thank you. Or you just like to read. I love to read. You're real. Hello? Jealousy is on an all-time high. They are always jealous. They can't stand it. But I'm used to dealing with bullies. Like, they're all losers. I don't sit around wondering what somebody is or is not attracted to. Ain't got shit to do with me. Do I like it? No? Okay, whatever. What are we talking about? Thank you for you always said our content, spreading love. Period. I like the energy, raw and true to you. Yep. Vocabulary is very impressive. Thank you. There's plenty of more energy to go around. Welcome, welcome. And you do it, I drink of water. Hey! Hold on, gotta reconnect. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? The thing just said that I reconnected. I don't want y'all to miss nothing. It's strange. It's so strange. It's so strange. It's so strange. It's so strange to me. It is so strange. They were like, you need to get real. Let me see a picture of you. Since we're talking about my looks. Because see, I look like this every day. Okay? I look like this every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on. Like, I no makeup. I know how I look. I know how I look. I've seen me multiple times. And so have other people. I don't care. And Mr. Gates is still here. And he's still here. Y'all, I thought that I was ugly. But yet here he is. Ain't that crazy? 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 It's wild. It truly is. It's an interesting thing, this thing that we're talking about here. Very, very wild. Very, very wild. Very, very wild. It's wild to me. I haven't been taking that many pictures. I need to take more. I'm being completely honest. Like, what are we talking about here? So I'm gonna get the pictures because exactly. They got all this stuff to say. Put your picture in the chat. Like, shit, you can't put pictures in here, but send it to my Instagram. And I will put you up on the next live, or we're going to put each other up, natural. And we're going to see who's the prettiest. Let's do it. Let's do it, friend. Let's do it. I've never sat around in somebody's live trying to bring somebody's confidence down. You're a loser. You're a soul-sucking loser. You have nothing going on, so you have to suck the life out of those who are bright. But you can't. You're literally a little cockroach with a bucket of water trying to put out the sun. If you don't burn up on impact. Like, and I do. I live for making them suffer. Truly, I do. I want to remind you every day of who you are and how you look, since you want to talk about me. Because I do this and I harp on them, and this is why I don't get mad or anything like that, for mainly because I just don't give a fuck because they're stupid. But I mainly do this because there are girls out there who are affected by the things that these people say. And I want them to understand that you don't need to be worried about none of that. A man who wants you is going to have you. My mama has been plus size all my whole childhood, and she was married. Let's not play games here. Okay? This is not a flex. This is not a flex. But my mom has 3 men who wanted to have children with her. And she was married to a man who didn't have any children with her. After 4 kids, 3 different men, and she still got married as a plus size woman. Let's not play games here. My dad's ex-wife, plus size. Come on now. Some of my mom's best friends, plus size. Can we? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hold on. And like, no, I can't keep my foot up off these motherfuckers' necks. I can't do it. Oh, do you like to read nonfiction, fiction, mystery? I love like fiction. I love to stay stuck in like imaginary everything. But I'm on my BL trends right now, so it's not really books, but it's books. It's not really books, but it's books. And I love stories that make me like be like, what? Or I do love romances. I do love some romances. I love me a good little Jane, honey. Okay. But also like, and this is full, hold on. And this is full natural. You seen that? Full natural. Full hair, full body, full everything. I ain't got shit to be ashamed of. The shit's on Instagram. What are we talking about? I have been drooling in my comments. I don't really, not that I'm looking for the validation because I don't need it. I know I'm that girl. I've never had to have a problem. But I know that there are girls out there who look like me, who have my shape, who have my hair, who have my skin complexion, who are tore up over these type of comments. And I want them to see my live one day. I hope to grow so big that girls who have this lack of security in their life can find my page and be like, if she's confident, I should be too. Exactly. I love a good plot twist. Oh my God, make me freaking be like, oh my God, make me scream. Hello, I need to know like what the hell's going on. Hello. That's really ones who suffer in silence. I fully understand. Yeah, like it's I've met these girls. I know girls like that who feel like they're not good enough. I be seeing some girls on post who will post a picture and they'll be like, this is my type, but then this is the problem. And then they're showing a picture of themselves. And I'm just like, what is it? Where is it? Where's the problem? And something that I've noticed about men too, men are turned off by insecure women, unless they're a predator. I'm not talking about predators. I'm talking about men who are looking for a good relationship, a woman that he can build with, a woman that he just wants to either have some fun with, take out on a date. Like, men are severely unattracted to like unconfident women. Oh my gosh, don't be on there. Don't be on that Instagram. I love me a good body pic, honey. I'm gonna love it until the day I die. I love it. But it's just like, and I just be like, men don't like that shit. They just don't. Like, the men that I've come across, they will avoid you like the plague. And if you happen to capture one of them, you won't last long. Because they don't like women who don't have confidence. They don't want to stand around constantly trying to tell you that you're beautiful, constantly trying to tell you that you're sexy, constantly wanting you to get out your shell. They don't want to sit around doing that. They want you to be, oh yeah, I held up. Oh yeah, you're right. I love a good picture. I had to show I had to show the girls. All natural. No makeup, nothing in my hair. All natural. Natural body, yada, yada. I'm not ashamed of shit. Period. But like I said it, these dudes don't want that. They want a woman who knows what she wants, who knows that she's beautiful, knows that she's sexy, so he can treat her, how he sees her. And that's why I be trying to tell these women, like, don't let these people get you down. They're stupid. They're stupid, and at the very least, they're losers. And I always ask them too, like, I'll be saying in some of my other lives when I used to be on TikTok, I was saying in my lives, like, do you want these people to be your friend? No. Do you want to date these people? No. Okay. Does this person make your life better in any way? Are you richer? Are you thinner if that's what you want? Are you more fit? Are you healthier? No. Did it make you smarter? No. Then what are we doing? I would get it if they were giving you money or something. If they were adding value to their opinions, but they're not there. You're not there. I would get if they were doing something for you. Hi, Mr. Kens. I wish that they were doing something so these opinions would matter, but they don't. You're gaining nothing from these people. So why do you take their opinion so seriously? It makes no sense. And then these are the same motherfuckers who are talking shit, can't even spell legislation. What are we talking about? Don't know the difference between there, and there. Don't know the difference between effect and affect. Let's have a real conversation here. Let's have a real conversation. Thank you, Evelyn. That's so sweet. Don't tell me you don't got what I need when I approach you thinking you got what I need. Like, thank you so much, Ms. Value. You are just really blessing me with the compliments today. Like, it's something that I just never understood. Like, as a kid, I literally got to grasp onto like what a bully is. And to me, I came to the realization that like people who are interesting, people who are successful, people who are going somewhere in their lives, people like that, they don't sit around talking shit about people. They don't sit around bringing people down. They don't sit around wondering what other motherfuckers are up to. They are minding their business, growing their lives, establishing themselves. They're busy. They're involved. They have something going on. They're fulfilled. The only ones who sit around gossiping about motherfuckers who ain't got shit going on. Why would I care about your opinion? One of the biggest ones that I had got when I was in middle school, I remember these girls, they used to talk shit about me so bad. And I used to be like, what is wrong with these girls? And at first, when I was a kid, it used to bother me. I'm just like, oh, they always got something to say. Why they always got to say something about me? Da, da, da. But then one day, I was getting off the school bus, and these girls were standing. I was seeing them as I'm exiting the school bus. I was seeing them lined up against the wall. And they weren't saying anything to each other. They were standing there silently. The moment I stepped off the bus and they were able to realize that I was in their presence now, the chatter. And in that moment, I was just like, they're my fucking fans. Your life literally didn't start until I walked in. And I'm going to give a damn about your opinion. You're a fan. Your life is so boring that you cannot wait until I show up so I can bring life to it, so I can breathe life into you. And you think that I'm going to give a damn about your opinion? You're a fan, an observer. You have nothing until I am here. You should be thanking me for blessing you the way that I do. You should be thanking me for blessing you the way that I do. You should be on your hands and knees bowing to me because I breathe life into you. And you think I'm about to sit around here and worry about your opinion? Ah! Come on now. Come on. Come on. So I'm telling you, your bitch, baby girls, you don't. Well, our feeling is like this. Period. It's the craziest. To me, I couldn't get past that. That was the biggest, oh my God, that I've ever had. I was like, oh my God, y'all are standing there and the lips are moving, the chatter is happening. I said that was the first time. When I'm not in a place, and that's when I've started to become super, super, super hyper observant. Hopefully to see you again, Mr. Big Volume. Hopefully we see you in a few more minutes. Whatever you're doing. I started to being super observant about my presence, about how my presence is perceived, how people act when I'm around, when I'm not around, how people act around me, those who claim that they don't like me, those who claim that they do. Like, how that whole thing goes, how my presence is perceived. I started to pay attention to that deeply. And ever since then, baby girl, the confidence is going absolutely nowhere. When I am in a room, people notice me. When I am gone, I am missed. And so you're sitting here thinking that your negative opinions are going to do something to me when you're literally the plus one of the uninvited guest. You're the poster child of Irish goodbyes. Nobody saw you leave because nobody was looking for you to stay. I don't know what that's like. Losers like that. The poster child of Irish goodbyes. No one saw them leave because nobody was looking for them to stay. They are the plus one of the uninvited guest. And these are the type of people that you want me. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody like you want me to be moved. Please. 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 Go find somebody to play with. I suggest your mama. Oh, the girls on the bus, yeah. Bye, Silly Billy. It is late. But honestly, I think I'm going to turn it into y'all because it is 9 o'clock. I know that people are tired. I have other stuff to talk about, so I will see y'all next Wednesday. I think that'll be the first, so we'll see. If not Wednesday, then probably Friday, but probably Wednesday, 6 o'clock around sometime. I love y'all very, 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 very much. I appreciate y'all for being in the live, and we're going to have a couple of things to unpack in the next one because I have a few things on my list. Okay, love y'all.